So now that our the structure of our page is ready, let's open our core.js and start with document dot ready and then function. Okay, inside of this, first of all, we're going to start with the add new button, which is the part of the form. So class add new, click, and function. And inside of this function, first of all, we're going to create the variable ARR for array. This closest form, then serialize array. So that the serialize array is as a jQuery function that basically puts all form elements basically into array. Values from them plus the keys. So next one will be var tbl for table, and then we're gonna use our tbl repeat class, which will be the class assigned to our table, and then length. So we're checking whether the page is there, and now we're going to use post method with the first parameter as URL, so mod folder, which we'll create in just a second, row.php question mark tbl equals, and we're passing the variable tbl to the string. Then we have array, which are our parameter, our values populated from a form, and then we have function, and function. Inside of the function, we're going to check if tbl equals 0, so 3 equal signs, which means if there aren't any table, else we're going to do something else. And then after our post method, we're going to return false. And also after our function, we need to define what data type we want to get from it, and it's going to be JSON. Okay, so now we're going to type table wrapper, which is the div which we've created earlier, HTML, which means we want to put inside, we want to fill in this table wrapper with something. Then we're going to use data. Sorry, I've forgotten to obviously pass the parameter here. Data row height, and then we use fade in at the speed of 300. That means basically that we're going to put the record from the JSON array into this specific container. We're going to hide it initially, and then we fade it in at the speed of 300. Okay, then else we're going to have table repeat tr colon last, so after the last tr tag, table row, in other words. After, we're going to add data row height, again fade in at 300, and at the end we're going to have css display comma table hyphen row, because by default it will be displayed as block, and we don't want this to display as block, we want this to display as table row. So we can put on a new line to make it a little bit more visible, and that's everything about this function. So now we obviously need to create this mod folder and a file called row.php. So we're going to have a look at this in the next video.